Hello, everyone. It has been a while, but I am back, and I'm gonna try to make a little bit more consistent upload, a more consistent upload schedule. Um, so we do have a series coming out. I might just upload it today, actually, in relation to what I'm gonna talk about today. So, last year, my friend and I decided, hey, let's come up with a bingo board where we're making it a challenge. You pick 10 games that you like or you feel you're good at. I pick 10 games that I like or and I feel like good at. But because the bingo board is usually a 5 by 5 board, we're going to have to come up with 5 games that we feel like we're kind of evenly skilled in. So this year, we're doing that same exact thing, but with different games. The way that this challenge works is that when you have complete the challenge or the requirement for that game, you could cross it off the board. There's also a point system in the sense where you get a point for each square you complete, and you could get an extra point for each line you complete. So, for example, and I'm just using this as just, let's say this happens. So, let's say we look at the, I don't know, middle column. If you complete Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask Randomizer, Persona 5, and Slay the Spire, that's 5 points for completing 5 squares, and you also get a bonus point for completing the column. So that's how that works. So for this year, what we had as a requirement is you must start with the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask Randomizer. Once you have completed that, everything else is free reign. You could pick whichever square or whichever game you want to work on. The only exception, because it is a time restriction, is Animal Crossing. That one we also allowed from the get-go. But other than that, everything else was locked until Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask Randomizer is complete. So, I'll be going over my games first, and then my friends, and then and then the neutral. So, so a lot of these are, for my games at least, my friend just needs to beat the game. So, unless there's like a special exception for him to do, I won't talk about it. So my first game that I put was the non-area games, the Zero Escape series. We both have to finish 999. But for me, I have to play through Virtue's Last Reward as well. Like all endings, I gotta get. I'm deciding I have to get the all achievements on Steam. And disclaimer, I have played through the game before. It has been a long while since I have. I just want to kind of replay, enjoy the story. I cannot look up any walkthrough to help me out. My next game is Sonic Adventure DX. I gotta get all emblems. Like I said, my friend just needs to beat the game. Minecraft. So both of us never beat the game before, so that's the goal. Defeat the Ender Dragon, and that's it. I have to play through Octopath Traveler, all 8 characters' stories, and then the true or like that final fight. My friend has to only beat 4 stories. Paper Mario 64. So my challenge for this, because I thought it'd be funny. So every time you level up, you can pick a stat. I'm gonna let a wheel decide whether I could upgrade HP, FP, or BP each time I level up. So I cannot choose what stat I get. The next one is Super Mario Sunshine. I have to get 120 shine sprites. All 120 shine sprites. For Yoshi's Story, which is my next game, I gotta complete all the levels, only collecting melons though. An only melon run for each level. Then there's Chibi Robo, a game that I absolutely enjoyed as a child. I hope I still enjoy it now. I'm gonna try get all of the stickers. Because I think if you collect all the stickers, that's the equivalent of 100%ing. And I guess in addition, all the costumes as well. And then we have Echoes of Wisdom. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Beat the game. And Link's Awakening, just regular mode, not hero mode, because I think I lose my mind. Because I have made the requirement that I have to beat the game deathless and 100%. So I don't think I'm willing to put hero mode on if my requirement is deathless. We'll see. We'll see along the way. And if I do upload something as a series, I will explain my objective at the start, just to be sure. Okay, my friend. First game for him that is Slay the Spire. I just have to beat the game with each character. We have Wind Waker. We're both gonna 100% it. We have Skyrim. I just have to beat the game. Final Fantasy 15. I have to beat the game. Plus, apparently, go against or beat a boss. That's a turtle. Pokerogue. I think just beat Pokerogue. Super Mario Galaxy 2. The requirement was just to beat the game, but I feel like I'm pretty good at Mario games, where I could. I feel like I could probably 100% it, meaning all the Comet Medals, all the Power Stars, and the final level equivalent to Champions Road. 7th game would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is probably going to be a streamed game. We have to collect all 900 Korok seeds. In addition to that, we are not allowed to use an interactive map to see where all the Koroks are until we have defeated Ganon. So that's going to be an adventure. Then we have Saints Row the Third. I just need to beat the game. Terraria Calamity Mod. Beat the game. I gotta confirm, like, okay, which is the final boss where I stop. And then Final Fantasy 14, we have to complete a raid. So those are my friend selection. That's my friend selection. And then the neutral games, kind of like the middle ground. Gotta do the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask Randomizer. We have Key Sanity, Skull Sanity, Shop Sanity. We have where the days are mixed up, or you gotta unlock days for Majora's Mask. It's not given to you, and so forth. I have it recorded. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a series or if I'm gonna like cut some things up, be like, oh, this is where I found this, and so forth. I haven't quite decided. We'll see. It will not be the first series up, but it could possibly be. Sorry. Anyway, we have Pokemon Sword Shield. We have a badge quest, which means that to start off, you need to find a shiny, and each in between the gyms, you have to catch shiny, and then from gym 8 to the elite, or I don't know if there's an elite four, like or the tournament, you have to catch shiny. So that's a total of 9 shinies throughout this whole journey. Animal Crossing New Horizons. We have to complete 75% of the museum. We have Persona 5, which our goal is to complete the compendium. So you cannot just beat the game. You have to unlock all personas. And then finally, we have Risk of Rain Returns. We have to complete 3 to 5 characters. I forget which if we change it to 5, but we gotta complete the game with 3 to 5 characters. And with that hits all of the games. Like I said, I'm gonna try to upload here. I do have a series that I'm probably gonna be uploading, and I'll just say it. I started recording the Wind Waker, so I think as soon as this goes up, Wind Waker will soon follow. But So yes, I'll be uploading again, but also I'm gonna try stream as well for some of the longer games, such as Breath of the Wild, and then maybe I'll make a VOD thing where I'll upload VODs there. But yeah, I'll be streaming at maybe next year on Twitch. I will try to put a link down below. I don't know if it'll work. But yeah, I'll be streaming there. I don't have a stream schedule. That's uncertain. Some games where I feel like I don't really want to make a series out of this, or I don't want to stream it, I'll just play it on the side and just mention it in updates. So, since we have had 2 bingo boards, last year's bingo board, we could still complete games, just it won't count towards like, oh, now I'm ahead in last year's bingo, right? Last year's bingo's done. But in addition, we have 2 bingo boards that we could possibly work on. So my friend decided, hey, what if we make a punishment wheel for this? So we have punishment wheels that when you complete, I think we decided when you complete 2 lines from the current bingo board, the other person has to spin the wheel. So here are some things on the wheel. We have makeup exam. So makeup exam, if you land on makeup exam, the opponent gets to pick a game from the last year's bingo that you have not completed yet to complete, right? They pick a game. Then there's priority queue, where your opponent picks a game that you have to complete on this year's bingo. And for this, Animal Crossing is off the board because of the seasonal restrictions or the monthly restrictions for Animal Crossing. Then there's low priority queue, which is, hey, I'm blocking you from working on this tile. You cannot work on this tile until you have completed some other tile. There's also back to square one, where it's a little bit more forgiving than makeup exam, because you as the player get to pick, okay, I'm going to work on this from last year's bingo. And then once that's complete, you could work on the current year's bingo. Then there's run it back, where since we started with Majora's or Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask randomizer, if you land on run it back, you have to go back and do a new randomizer. And you have to complete that randomizer again before working on something else. And for the final thing, it's not too bad. Last year we did Stardew, we had to play through a year. So it's just whatever's left over that you didn't complete in the community center, you have to go to that file and finish the community center. And that's all of the punishments for the punishment wheel. And I feel like that just about wraps things up. So, like I said, uploads will start again. We're gonna start off with I'm gonna just say it. We're gonna start. I feel like I already said it, but we're starting off with Wind Waker. We're starting off with Wind Waker HD. And with that, I will see you all very shortly.